So now we're going to talk about showering, and we're going to talk about your non-wash days. Always just keep your hair dry when it's a non-wash day. So you can either wear a shower cap or just don't get the hair wet. And also with hair extensions, you're not really going to need to wash the hair that often. If you can get away with twice a week, that would be great. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the steps that you're going to take before you get in the shower and wash your hair. One of the things that's going to help with cutting down with tangling is brush your hair before you get in the shower. I'm going to show you how to do that. Here's her tape. Don't judge her thin hair. And she also has a weft that I put in her hair. But either way, it's going to be the same for brushing. And always try to make sure that you're going to use a brush that's has the bristles like this. Or it could be a wet brush or a brush that's actually for hair extensions. So I'm just going to start with a little section. And I'm going to hold the hair here and I'm going to start at the bottom. And I'm going to work my way up. And I'm going to take each section. So if you do this before you get in the shower, it's really going to help with cutting down on the matting or the tangling. And it's going to make your job when you get out and the blow drying and styling much easier. After you brush your hair, and obviously now going to get into the shower and wash your hair. Then when you do wash your hair, make sure that you're using the coolest water possible that you can stand. It's best for your hair and for the extensions. So the first thing you'll do, obviously you're standing there, you're going to let the water run all over your hair. You're going to wet it completely. You're then going to get your shampoo, and you're not going to need a lot. Just start with like a nickel. And you're going to really get it sudsed up in your hands first. And then you're going to start working on the scalp. Because really the only place that the shampoo needs to be is on the scalp. So you'll start here above. You'll lift the extensions. And you're going to want to scrub underneath each one. Now a lot of people are going to have rows. So you'll just lift up and do your scrub. Lift up and do your scrub. If you have a weft, then it's the same thing. You're going to lift that weft up and you're going to scrub in between. And usually people have about 2 to 3 wefts. So lift each one and then come and do your top, your sides, and then you're going to rinse your hair. I tell my clients, whatever you rinse, I want you to triple it. If you don't rinse well enough, then what will happen is the soap residue will get stuck underneath the tape or underneath the weft. Then when you get out and it dries, the way you're going to know that you didn't rinse it well enough is that your head will start itching. If you start itching uncontrollably, like you just want to rip your scalp off, then get back in the shower and rinse, rinse, rinse. Okay, so once you do that, now we're going to put the conditioner on. Again, you're going to put the conditioner in your hands. You're going to rub it all through. You're going to grab the hair, and whatever is from here down, this is where the conditioner goes. And at this time, now I'm going to use my fingers, and I'm just going to put that conditioner through and really kind of work it through. Now this is also helping with getting any tangles out. Any matting or anything. It's really just going to help make that that end result when I get out and blow dry my hair and style it much easier. So now I have all the conditioner through the hair. Whatever you have left here, go ahead and kind of come up on the top, on the sides, and then rinse really well. Alright, so let's talk about after the shower. First thing is never brush your hair when it's wet. So when our hair is wet, that's when it's the most fragile. So if we're brushing it, we're pulling, we're stretching, and we're breaking it. And then the other thing is don't ever let it just air dry. The reason is because hair fibers, they swell and they become weaker when they're wet. And the longer that the swelling goes on for, the more pressure it puts on the delicate proteins that keep our hair intact. So no leaving the hair wet and letting it air dry, and no brushing the hair when it's wet. And all these things that I'm telling you to do as far as your care and maintenance, and they're not only for the hair extensions and to help keep the life expectancy of them, but honestly, they're also for your hair, to help your hair to keep growing healthy. And because really that's what our main goal is with these hair extensions, is to allow your hair to start growing and to accomplish what it is that you want your hair goal to be. Alright, so now I'm going to show you how to use your microfiber towel. Microfiber towels usually are recommended for people with curly hair because it helps keep it from getting frizzy, but I really think that microfiber towels are for everybody. You're going to get your towel and you're going to just go ahead and put it over your hair, and you're just going to squeeze. You're not going to do any rubbing or flipping upside down. You're just going to get the towel, put it over the hair, and squeeze. And then for this hair here, the same thing. You're going to wrap the towel around it and squeeze and squeeze and squeeze to get most of the water out. And then kind of use your fingers to kind of pull the hair apart. And then remember, we already talked about why we don't leave our hair wet. So then now we're going to go ahead and blow dry. Now remember, you don't have to use the highest heat to dry your hair. Medium, even cool heat will dry. And also don't forget to use your product. A lot of blow dryers will come with your diffuser. For this part, you don't need the diffuser. You can leave it open. So you're going to face it down. And you're going to start blow drying. You're going to move the hair with your fingers. And as you're doing this, you're going to find that the tangles are just going to start falling right out. You're really not going to have any. And I want you to go ahead and do this until the hair is 90 to 95% dry. And when you're done with that, then you can go ahead and put your diffuser on. And then this is when you're going to get more of a smoother, straighter look. So you'll get it, you'll put that brush underneath there, and then you'll blow dry. Make sure not to catch any of the extensions, whether you have the tape in or the sew in. And doing it with the brush this way with the diffuser is going to give you a smooth look. This is like your finishing touch. And you're going to do this all the way around. Okay? And when you're done, then you can go to either using your flat iron or your curling iron, which I'll show you how to use those.